Star Citizen Alpha is now in Open PTU. Actually, it's been in Open PTU for the last couple of days. I personally had not realised that. It was announced so soon after it going to First Wave PTU, which was just weird that it went to Open PTU, and yeah, I didn't see an announcement about that, so I had assumed it was still in First Wave. I want to talk about what's going on with the patch, the nerfing of the Lumberyard presence that are now worth 250 Alpha UEC, what's happening this week in Star Citizen, and what's missing from 3.16. Are we going to be able to get our live build for the end of the year? Who knows? Maybe. In the PTU, Jumptown was being tested, and is being tested on a schedule, but isn't on all the time, and it's not activated dynamically. So it's sort of like activated when Cloud Imperium want it to be on. So it's not available for me to test over the last few hours at least, and I wanted to do some videos on that, but I haven't been able to actually film that with me and Zin yet. So expect some tweaks to Jumptown if you've played it already, version 2, and it to be back on soon, because they're taking feedback for when they play it, and how's it working, what's the gameplay loop like. Let's iterate on that and then chuck it back in, because they want to get something working in game that works well as soon as possible. I think a live patch is still planned between the 17th and the 24th of this month, but we'll have to wait and see. It is going to be purely down to the mercy of the patch gods. Are they able to get a stable build? Are they able to get enough stuff in there? Atmosphere-based hunting for bounties is still broken, with the main named bounty still not spawning, so that's not great. Also, NPC outposts, they don't seem to be spawning NPCs there to fight or defend or whatever, which isn't great. We certainly don't want this broken for Xmas. We want as much content and gameplay as possible, and we certainly don't want less than we previously had. We're still missing bits from 3.16 as well that are supposed to be in this PTU patch. The head and DNA updates, the Area 18 hospital was not yet accessible. I've not been able to find any of the new derelict ship point of interests, so I'm assuming they're not currently in, along with the trip mines that are also supposed to be there to make those areas more risky, but maybe they're just hidden really well, but I don't think so. I don't think they're there yet. The mining gadgets and Dying Star expansions also are AFK at the moment, so there's some pretty major gameplay. Now, it's possible that all of this will turn up in 3.16 in the next couple of days, but it's also possible it will slip to a 3.16.1 patch. My thoughts are, give me a nice stable build and as much gameplay as they can handle, but stability and accessibility is the most important thing for a patch at the end of the year, in my opinion. A lot of people are going to be playing over Christmas and New Year, and if I have to wait for a 3.16.1 patch to get a bit more content in there, that's fine. But just give me a build that is playable and it isn't going to cause a lot of stress for when basically Star Citizen devs go off for their end of year holidays. Because from the 24th onwards, we're unlikely to get any patches until early January. It's really strange for a patch to go to Open PTU as well without me noticing, and to go to Open PTU so quickly from First Wave, and for so many features to be missing that are supposed to be there. It's a weird one, but I mean, every patch is a unique beast. I'm really interested to know what your sort of gameplay experiences with 3.16 are, if you've been playing it. Did you even realise it was an Open PTU? Were you like, oh, I must be in First Wave? I've got access. It appears that Lumberyard presence around landing zones in 3.15.1 in the current live build have been nerfed. They now own you only 250 Alpha UEC rather than 1,000. So this is a big change. Well, for those little presents. We had talked about this the other day, that the rewards for gathering these presents were amazing and probably impacted other gameplay, because you could very quickly earn hundreds of thousands of Alpha UEC. These presents spawned everywhere at planetary landing zones and were worth so much. Now it's a quarter of what you previously could have got. So you can actually still earn quite a lot of money doing this. It's just obviously it will take you 4 times as long to earn the same amount. Now, that makes other gameplay loops more viable, or more sort of viable to earn money. And obviously, having a ridiculously big earner that's no risk, but only reward, that you can just keep on loading in, is not the intention of the free little gifts and presents from Lumberyard. There has been a mixed response from the community about this change. Obviously, some people are annoyed that, well, they missed out on the really high value presents that a lot of people had been farming, and now they don't have the chance to farm. but I saw some fantastic posts on Reddit. The Grinch was on Microtech, which had a load of gifts in a bin, and the sentiment on that thread is, well, that's where they belong if they're only worth 250 Alpha UEC. I've also saw threads, welp, it was good while it lasted, GG, though most of the posts and responses I've seen are complaining about people complaining about the nerf. Just going, come on, just go out and breathe air and touch grass, that sort of level of annoyance. So people are allowed to be annoyed or happy or sad or whatever. It's all good as long as people are civil. You can complain about people complaining. You can complain about a change. You can be unreasonable if you want, as long as you're civil enough. It's all good. I certainly see the extra annoyance in why change it now after a load of people have been able to get that. Now other people won't be able to get that. There's certainly a part of me that thinks that, yeah, maybe they were worried that it was going to impact Jump Town's sort of playability, because why do something that's risky that could make you a bit of money when you can make a lot more by doing no form of risk at all? And some players, they enjoy just making money. They just go bam, 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 I want to make money, and that's cool. But I don't think that this gameplay mechanic was intended to be quite so lucrative as more of just a little extra little cool little thing that you can get. I've seen players buying big ships like the Carrack with their experts' monies in-game, but I'm interested to know what you think. Was it a good idea to change it down to 250 Alpha UEC? I'm sure they've kept it at 1,000. Should they have just removed the presents altogether? Do you think that it was a silly idea anyway? I mean, it's a tradition. We have it in-game every year. But I suppose if they're not going to have a reset for a long time... It appears that you don't have to check each day on the Luminalia calendar either. So for people that don't know, you can go on the RSA website, there's a celebration sort of web page there, and there's a calendar that's opened every day, and there's more and more freebies that appear there. And we looked there, you can grab the previous day's gifts as well. So we had an in-game Luminalia sweater, a forum badge, wallpaper, so lots of little things that you can have added to your game account. And there's going to be another treat until the 22nd of December each day, so make sure you at least check back on the 22nd to grab all the previous day's gifts. As it appears, that's what they're doing with that. Buyback tokens have been given their 2022 schedule. These allow you to buy back a ship that you've previously melted using store credit, and basically you can do that once a quarter. So these tokens will refresh on the 4th of January, the 4th of April, the 5th of July, and the 3rd of October 2022. This week in Star Citizen. So what else is happening this week? On Tuesday, later today, we have a post on narcotics and basically Jump Town 2.0 lore to help put that event in a bit more context for 3.16 and how and why narcotics are being manufactured for free and that sort of stuff. Wednesday has a roadmap update. That's going to be interesting to see if anything's moved around or been added. Maybe it'll explain what is happening with 3.16 in a bit more detail. Are some of these features actually slipping to 3.16.1? Are there any more features that we don't know about that are going to be in the patch? What's that new vehicle? Things like that. Thursday has the season finale of Inside Star Citizen. They take a look at the past year in the verse and what's going to be coming over the rest of the holiday. So expect some bits of Alpha 3.16 talked about, maybe them talking about that new ship or vehicle. The season finale also typically means that the next major patch is about to launch, and we sort of already knew that. 3.16 is in open PTU, and it looks like they are trying to get it out ASAP to live. Friday, there is a Star Citizen Live, and Jeremiah Lee returns to create a new mascot figurehead for this year's Luminalia festivities. I would expect that to be a freebie, probably, in the calendar. You can catch that at 6 PM UTC on the Star Citizen Twitch. We also know, as I've talked about a couple of times in this video, that a new ship or vehicle is coming out as part of Luminalia, potentially flyable in 3.16 as well. But other than that, and it being something to do with Gravlev, we don't really know what it is for sure. Is it a ship? Is it a vehicle? Is it a hybrid between the two somehow? Are we going to be getting a new mobile refinery ship as well? I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, have you been playing in the open PTU? What do you think of 3.16? Do you think we will see a live patch and all of its features that are supposed to be there before Christmas? Do you think anything's going to slip? What do you think that new vehicle or ship's going to be? Have you played in Jump Town? What do you think of the event? What about that present nerf? Do you think 250 Alpha UEC is still a good price to get for all those little packages that are everywhere. Do you think they should have just nerfed the amount of packages that are on the floor? Although I think people had huge amounts in their inventories. Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Ho ho ho, I'm a fat man with a beard, and I'm gonna sneak down your chimney and give you...
NordVPN. That's right, I'm BoredGamer. I am that fat man with a beard. And it's Nordmas. So what do you want in your stocking for Nordmas, little Timmy? I want NordVPN, with its useful security, privacy and locational spoofing features. I also want a racing car set. Of course you do, but as I'm not sponsored by Racing Car Set, maybe you should shut your little mouth, Tim. Merry Nordmas! For December, we are giving away an Origin 400i with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This is a luxury multi-role explorer ship for 1 to 3 players to run together. It's like a little yacht in space. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos made during December. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking that join button underneath my videos. You can also become a Patreon or even donate. Thank you so much for watching, please take care, and I'll see you in the verse.